Hello guys, got some interesting articles here, a couple pieces of tech. Might be interested, I don't know. Smash the like button, subscribe, help me out a little bit, comment, tell me what you think. Inside the effort to build Ukraine's ground robot arsenal. Go with ground maneuver, a high risk thanks to the ubiquity of the deadly or aerial drones. Ukraine is increasingly relying on the uncrewed ground vehicle, the UGVs, to move supplies, rescue the wounded. I got a video down here that shows a lot of this stuff. Shoot down drones, lay mines, and even fight battles. As a result, the head of the country's defense technology incubator has been tasked with ensuring that there are enough of these systems to meet the voracious demand. See, in the exclusive long-hour interview earlier this morning, Brabel CEO, whatever it is, spoke about the Ukraine is set to produce tens of thousands of UGVs this year. How are they being used? The importance of it. This is the second of a two-part interview. The first part focused on Ukraine's interceptor drones. Let's see here. I held a staff meeting. 3 key issues. UGVs. That's the key issue. Check them out. Ha 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 ha. Let's just show them. Check that out.
For example, it took us about 2.5 years to develop the Arno, and it has already gone through more than 90 modifications. We're constantly changing it because the battlefield is changing. Requirements are changing, and so are the technologies and knowledge we use. Needed in some units, but basically the cost of production can vary between 11,000 to 15 to 16,000 dollars, which also make them relatively cheap. Well, obviously compared to the life of a soldier.
Cheap compared to the life of a soldier. You get to pay for these things too while your sons die. I mean, wow. Pretty much got it set up pretty good, don't they? What are the other categories of UVGs? The second category of UVGs are used for evacuation of wounded soldiers. See what we got here. Is this one that's going to be for... Oh no. I don't know what this is. Oh, no, this ain't for carrying wounded soldiers. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Look. Huh. That's wild. The third is combat UVGs, and these are more than 10 variants of combat UVGs. They are used for attacking Russian soldiers and hitting Russian armored vehicles. They're also used in anti-drone aerial defense systems. We can use UVGs and hit Shaheeds and to hit the FPV drones. Look at that bad boy. Let's see this one. Yeah, it's going to kill everything. Yeah, the Americans are gonna pay for it. And where's it going? Why don't you just take off and never come back? Whoops. Here's another one here. Taking down Russian drones. This might not be the same thing.
New technology. Meet Sky Sentinel.
Sky. Oh, that's the turret.
For now, it's a prototype that will.
We hooked the turret onto that bad boy there. And good night. But it's still not gonna do the mean, warfare is always changing, so who knows what'll be next year. And why we even need this warfare, I don't know. We could use these things in other areas like rescue. We can use them here at the homelands. We can use robots for medical at-home help. For that's what I want to do, is get a robot for that one of these days. Where's this other one here? Space-bound humanoid takes a 4-armed approach to astronaut assistance. In microgravity, walking doesn't exist, balance doesn't exist, and what does exist is a need to grip surfaces, manipulate tools, move through narrow corridors, and not go flying every time you're pushed against something. 2 legs solve none of these problems. Orbit Robotics, an academic spinout of the whatever, built Helios around a single premise. Don't design for a gravity environment if you're going to work in microgravity. Okay. The result is a 4-armed robot that looks like the febrile delirium of a science fiction writer. Febrile delirium? Febrile delirium? I have no idea what that word means. Those words. Most of the coherent bets in space engineering the years. According to the robot, Helios uses 2 pairs of arms with complementary roles. 2 anchors the robot to surface while the other 2 do the work, unloading cargo, handling tools, moving equipment. This lets it stabilize and operate at the same time, something a 2-armed or 2-leg humanoid simply can't do floating in zero gravity. I'm not even so sure I would have a robot that was floating. I'd have something hooked to a track. A lot like that system would probably be better. I guess you got to have repairs done if that's what it's for, doing repairs, but I don't know. I guess it's interesting though. The 4 arms don't rely on motors at each joint. Instead, Orbit says a tendon drive system concentrates the motors near the shoulders and transmits force through cables and pulleys, reducing weight at the limb's end without sacrificing range of motion. Helios also incorporates a rolling contact elbow joint engineered for smooth, controlled movements. That detail sounds minor. Okay. Way different joint system set up. It looks like that would be a heavier system, but I don't know. There it is right there, the pulley system. Nylon. Orbit says its mission isn't to replace astronauts, but to free them. The idea is that humans can focus on high-value science, aging research, cancer treatments, organ bioprinting, microgravity, while the robot handles repetitive tasks. Yeah, until it breaks down to middle fucking space and you're 3 men behind already. While the initial focus is interior work, Orbit Robotics envisions a broader role that includes satellite servicing and in-space construction. If launch costs keep falling, drive-by programs like SpaceX Starship, the number of orbit stations and commercial habitats will grow. Well, we got some issues with these rockets blowing up, don't we? Can't seem to stay in the air unless you're in them. But I don't know, that's about it. There's probably applications for this even right on Earth, having 4 arms like that, doing ceiling, scaffold work, things in that area. Those 2 can hold and control. But at the same time, a lift would do just as good, I suppose. Scaling to climb towers to change light bulbs. If you were able to set it up to where it could do that, and you could just sit down and at your truck, get paid. Anyway, thanks.